Okay, today's video is a little more personal. We're going dress shopping together. Several of you mentioned in one of my last videos that you would like to see Opitz Outlet. This one is in Minnetonka, Minnesota, and I found the most amazing gown. My husband and I are going to a black tie wedding. It's our son's best friend and he is in the wedding, and I need a gown and I'm wanting to thrift it, but I also mentioned that I wanted to shop at Opitz Outlet and bring you along. Would you do me a favor? I'm going to show you some dresses, some of which are marked down to $5 and $10 and $15. I'm going to show you some dress options that I liked, and would you do me a favor and let me know what you think? I know you can and should wear black to a black tie event, but I'm also wondering, can you wear color? Uh, Rose gold, silver, can you sparkle? So let me know what you think. Here we go. So today we're heading into Opitz Outlet. This one is in Minnetonka. There's also another one in St. Louis Park, and then I believe there's an annex or a clearance store right next door to the one in St. Louis Park. So I'm just in the store today looking at gowns, but there is so much inventory for clothing, men's and women's, children's, shoes. The store is large and it's really well stocked. So I did a little research on Opitz and what Opitz is. And throughout this video, I'm going to choose 4 dresses that caught my eye. And if you wouldn't mind letting me know which one you think, and if you've been to a black tie event, I haven't been to a black tie wedding, and I think it's easier with the guys. You just wear a black suit. But with the women, can you wear color and what kind of color? So I picked out 4 that caught my eye. I did ask the salespeople how often they get dresses. She told me like every day, every other day. So I didn't pick anything out, but I don't think at all that I'll have a hard time finding something. So I'd love your opinion. When you see those choices that I made, which one you think would be your favorite? So back to Opitz Outlet, I did some research on what this store is all about. And I learned that it started by a man named Lynn Opitz. He was a local man. He thought his destiny was to be a social worker. When that career ran its course, he started antiquing, eventually running his own estate business. And now he's known in Minnesota for his clothing stores, Opitz Outlet, where you can find discounts on designer brands up to 70% off. And when this article I'm reading for you, when they were there interviewing him in his 2 warehouses, there were 5,000 dresses and 150,000 pairs of shoes. It says that they buy from many sources and many department stores, and the product that he had, 80% of it comes from people that he knows. So there was dress option number 1. Gold. What do you think of going in gold to a black tie event? So back to Opitz, Lynn Opitz, he just formed relationships, and that's where his clothing comes from, and it is plentiful. I did ask about the return policy here, and you can return for store credit in this front section when you pay their pricing, but in the back where it's deeply, deeply discounted, you aren't allowed to return. So I think that's fair. The pricing back there is unbelievable. And what I was thinking of doing, and what I did for our son's wedding, is not necessarily buy it in my size, but even buy it up a size and have it altered, because at these prices, some of the dresses are still pretty expensive, but there are others that are so affordable that I think the answer might be, if you can't find it, don't just look in your size, look up a size or 2, and then take it to a tailor and have it fitted just right for you, because you can afford to do that. And I would think for prom, oh my gosh, the Minnetonka High School is right across the street. I would think for prom, you must go here. This is the only place to go. So I'm going to set the video to music, and I'll pop in and chat when I want to talk about something. But I think you'll enjoy just seeing the variety. And there's a couple other choices to come along. The last one is right at the end. I found it in the deeply discounted area. But there'll be 4 different choices. And if you would please let me know, that would be great. Okay, option 2, silver and sparkly. I'm thinking, yeah, no, yes, I'm not sure. But silver and sparkly kind of caught my eye. So, what do you think? And I'm not sure about the pricing. Some of them end in 70 cents. I don't quite know how that happens if the discount is, 70% off. I'm not sure about that, but you really can't beat the pricing. It's just fabulous. So now we're heading back into the annex clearance area. This is the pricing back here. Orange tags are priced as marked. I actually asked the someone who was putting away the inventory back here because I saw a few with an orange tag and I didn't quite understand. So in this area, the dresses are $10 and $5 and $20. It I even think for that price, the no return policy, like I said, that's fair. Being a reseller, I could, of course, choose to resell it, but here comes option number 3. Gold on the top and black on the bottom. I did kind of like this one. This one caught my eye, and it's $30. So, like I said, didn't pick it up, but I'm not sure you could really go wrong. I kind of like the long sleeves, too. $15. If you're going to prom, I don't know why, if you live in Minnesota, you are not coming here because the dresses are adorable and you're absolutely going to find it that something that you like in your size. So $10. So let's keep poking around together. So it was here when I noticed those tags that are hanging from the items. They were circled and written on. They are showing why they're reducing it, what the damage. That particular purse said fuzzy on it. This one I absolutely loved. The things inside of this little lucite purse were moving. So when you moved, those little tiny crystal glitters move with you. Oh, I just absolutely loved that purse. So back in this area, there were many items that had hang tags on them that told whoever goes through the items, that's why it ends up here and the reason it ends up here. So you can see what flaws they find and found and why it is here. I noticed with the sparkle dresses and the sequins, the things that I was seeing on those dresses back here were that it was, this had some missing studs, those little pearls on the top, they were missing. What I noticed back here is pulled threads, the beading and it wasn't perfect. So I think up at the front, those dresses are in really lovely shape. And back here, they're 90% off, 70, 80, 90. That one dress was $1. That was like $325. Like, what is that? Back here in the shoes, this is the first shoe I picked up. It's $5. It's Bagley Mishka. I don't now that I'm looking, when I was looking at the video, I don't know where the match is. I bet the match is back here. $5? So I didn't pick out any shoes. I actually think I'm going to be able to wear the shoes that I wore to my son's wedding. They're all sparkly. So no matter what dress I get, I have very similar to that. I already have sparkly shoes that I can wear. But this section back here where the clearance shoes were, the prices and the brands were really phenomenal. So if you need a handbag, if you need shoes, I didn't poke at the jewelry. I wasn't poking around in there too much. But their pricing back here, wouldn't you? I'd love to be able to wear a heel like that. Really very fair. So, but I believe in this clearance area, again, with the shoes, you can't return them in the front of the store. And I'll show you some shoes next that aren't back in this clearance area. There you can get store credit. So you have to be a little careful if it's a hike for you to get here, or if you're not able or wanting to try things on when you're here, you're gonna have to keep it or get a store credit. But $9, it's great prices. So let's keep looking. And as I was leaving, I looked on the back wall and I saw another whole area of dresses. And I'm not certain why and what these are as compared to what was already in that middle section of the store, but a whole nother rack of formal dresses. Maybe this was the 90% off aisle, considering that was 90%. But here is where I found the last dress, which is just a plain black dress. Again, I didn't pick it up, but this one, You know what this one reminded me of? It absolutely reminded me. There is the 90%. Maybe I answered my question. It reminds me of what grandma. Now I'm grandma, but doesn't that look like the groom's grandma, right? Maybe. And I'm sorry if that's your style. I don't mean to be offensive by that, but that just reminded me of maybe what my grandma wore when I got married. Here's the black dress that I found right at the end of the store. Now that one is even better than 90%. At the end of the store here, at the end of the video, this dress is just classic, all black. It's, longer sleeves. I just think that would look really pretty on just about anybody. So that's the last one I was going to show you. Of the four that kind of caught my eye as possibilities, is there one that stands out more to you? I would love to hear from you in the comments, and hopefully if you're around this area and there was the rest of the store, even if you don't have a formal event, check this store out. It was just simply awesome.